What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Rice Rocketeer. Thanks for tuning in. Today it is like 65 degrees, kind of breezy out, no rain in sight, guys. Today's a perfect day to ride, and I'm super excited to be out here. I'm going to be doing a much more casual shoot today, only one camera, just enjoy the roads. I'll be doing the road that I usually do, Kanawake Road, as well as maybe the Overlook. I don't know, switch it up. I've been doing the same road all summer, and today's not going to be like a focused lesson day. It's just going to be an enjoyment day. One camera, random roads. I'm going to have a good time. So, guys, if it's your first time tuning into this channel, this is an NYC Moto Vlog. I'd very much appreciate a subscribe. Goes a long way. Give the video a like if and only if you like it. Let's go. okay. Overall, pretty good. Yeah, that felt nice. Warmed up. Still a little too much grip on my right hand. These tank grips are wonderful. They allow for me to move back further, and like just a little bit of contact from my knee is all I need. So that's the benefit of these goddamn tank grips. Consequently, I realized I put the middle one off center. I don't think it matters too much, but that kind of sucks. Let's see. What else did I feel on that one? Definitely didn't leave my butt off too much because I don't think I needed it, and everything's kind of sinking together. I have a theory about my approach, but I'm going to talk about that when I get to the picnic area. Oh man, I had a little shaky on the way back. Let's see. So what I was going to say, okay, tank grip's great. My foot position too, I've been really working on and getting the right position of my toe so that I actually have enough support to push down on it without feeling like I'm gonna either slip or my foot is kind of bending. And I think I found the perfect point on both feet. My right foot I've always struggled with. That smoothed itself out a bit since my really shitty rainy day visit up here. Also, the motion of tipping in is becoming a little more one, and the tip in of the bike, because I'm a little more situated over here, is a little more purposeful. So as I come in, first I set my vision. That's like now ingrained in my head is like the first thing to do. Pick the point. Once you're locked in, initiate the tip, and then once you start entering the turn, that like first third of the turn, that's when you commit to the position that you want to be in, and you can add lean once you see the exit. That's kind of the stages that I'm discovering. But everything is a little more purposeful. You know, when I'm coming to a turn and I can see it coming up, it's lock in on where I want my first point of focus to be, tip in a little bit. Well, sorry, let me restart. Going into the turn, getting in my position, making sure my outer leg has some grip here. My cheek, I'm not really focused on getting it off, but just shifting a little bit, center of gravity, kind of alleviating pressure from up here as much as I can, shifting my chest a little bit to which direction I'm going, lock in on the point, tip in. Once I tip in a little bit, start moving in, the first third of the turn is coming, pull in to where I want to be at, and then keep shifting my points of focus. Once I see an exit, then I can lean even more, bring the bike back up and accelerate. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm going to do one or two more runs. I guess this first chunk of the video is going to be on this road. I'm going to do those drills again, and then I'll go over to the overlook. So it's coming together in that this whole motion is solidifying itself a little bit more. And this makes the world of difference, because the reason I can focus on that stuff and my feet is because I'm no longer, which I didn't realize until I put these tank grips on, I'm no longer worried about sliding off of here. I guess this was taking up a lot of mental space. I was just staying situated. I don't know if you can see it right here. And that's no more. This is pretty secure, so it's nice to be able to focus elsewhere. So, all right, let's go. Put the high seat back on. It's not fun. Not fun. too rushed, way too rushed. I'm struggling because I've up until this point I've been in third gear. That's been my sweet spot, but now kind of accustomed to just a little bit faster, which means clicking up to fourth gear to not be revving it out and be in that power band, just kind of catapulting myself forward. I just have to get acclimated. I got to start slowly in fourth gear again and get recalibrated. I've had better. It's kind of rough. Oh. It was okay. It was okay. I don't know. A lot of things going through my head. Tipping is solid. Body went to shit today. I don't know what's going on. Let's see. I think potentially so I think a combination of things, guys. Slowing it down, getting my butt back where it was, because the last run I had was rather comfortable. The place that it fell better was the tipping in the first third of corners. I messed it up on that last one though, that whole thing. But that process I was talking about before I did that last run really started to click. I started feeling it in the last run, but then it started raining. This time it does come together. It just needs a little more practice. So I'm gonna do 1 or 2 more runs probably. Slow it down a bit, work on making that tip in and the first part of the turn a little more cohesive. My feet are finding their place rather nicely. My legs are kind of glued to the tank, which is good. My butt position I need to re-implement. Again, I put it in the back burner because I was tipping the bike in a little more. Gonna work on shifting my butt a little more. It's like 2 steps forward, 1 step back all the time. Yeah.